Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome back. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the third part of our journey where we really took off. So this is going to be a great video as far as what you should do. And there's going to be a couple things that we probably talk about that we wish we could have done a little bit different. But for the most part, I'd say I wouldn't have changed too many things as far as this time period is concerned with regards to our first business. So I'm going to start talking about it. The time period that we're going to be speaking about is right around, what do you think? June, like July?
July, it's the end of July to like probably.
Okay. So basically, the start of August of 2019 to about January, so basically when COVID kind of started in 2020. So what ended up happening is we had a client that had a business partner who owned 11 Anytime Fitnesses. And we started working with this guy's business partner, a girl named Stephanie, at one of her gyms, and we ended up getting her really great results. And she was really excited about it, really impressed, and she had been working with another marketer that had done a decent job, the person we were talking about previously, but he hadn't done too great. Like he wasn't cutting the mustard. So we had an opportunity to work with her and really knock her socks off, get her great results, and we did. And she ended up telling her business partner about the results we had gotten her, and he was pretty impressed. So he ended up actually calling me, and I got on the phone with him and I talked with him. And I remember him asking me, what's it going to cost if we do it with all of my gyms? I basically said, what do you think it should cost that'll keep you around for a really long time? And we ended up coming to an agreement, and we ended up working with all of his gyms at the start of August of 2019, which was really exciting because we'd only had about, I think we only had like 11 or 12 clients at the time. So going from 11 to 12 clients now to about 23, 24 clients was a massive jump. We almost doubled our business, which was, pretty significant. So we just put our heads down and worked really hard to get this guy really, really great results. Again, it was in August. So August is typically a slow period for gyms. It's not an easy time to necessarily get good results just because it's the summertime. A lot of people are outside. Parents, their kids are on summer break, so they're traveling a lot. People are on vacation. So it's just not an ideal time period to get great results, but we ended up getting him very, very good results, which ended up having him, he had like the best summer I think he'd ever had at all of his gyms. So he did very well, and a lot of that he thought was due to us. I'd probably say it was. So he was really happy, really impressed with what we did. And so he ended up actually sending out an email to, gosh, I think it was probably like 12 or 15 people that owned Anytime Fitnesses. A lot of them were multi-club owners that he was really close friends with, saying, hey, this is Jacob. I wanted to introduce you to him. He's doing a really great job for me. I think you should reach out to him and see what he's all about, see what he has to offer. And so he basically introduced me to a lot of other Anytime Fitness owners just right off the bat. So basically what he ended up doing is we went from hunting down people, Anytime Fitness owners and gym owners, to them basically coming us and to them hunting for us, which was awesome. So because of that, basically just going through the month of August and September and October, we were able to add on a lot of clients because we had a ton of people just coming to us because of this guy, Jeff, because he had literally just been he wasn't even reaching out. He was just doing what he always does. He talks with a lot of other owners about what's working and what's not working. And because he was getting such great results, that was top of mind for him. He was talking about us constantly about what results we had been able to get him. So we ended up having a ton of people coming to us. I was able to close, gosh, probably like 90% of the people I talked with on the phone, and just signed up so many clients in between August to basically February of 2020. And we built up this really good relationship with this guy, Jeff. I basically took his phone calls whenever and talked with him at length. It wasn't just a common conversation. I would talk with him about anything you really wanted to talk about and really just getting to know him as a person and as a business owner. So I was able to develop a really good relationship with this guy, which was amazing because he continued to say great, great things about us. And coming up on about November, he asked us if we wanted to come speak at an event that he was hosting in New Orleans, where he was having a lot of Anytime Fitness owners come to talk about what was working and kind of tips and tricks that could help them out. And he was having a lot of other guest speakers that were experts in the space. And he asked us if we'd like to speak as one of these speakers. So we had a big opportunity here to speak in front of a lot of other Anytime Fitness owners and really just broaden our awareness and basically try and acquire a lot of new clients, because we knew there was going to be a lot of Anytime Fitness owners here that we've never spoken with. So it was a really big opportunity, really exciting stuff. And at this point in time, we were living in my mom's basement. She had just moved into a new house, but it was just a new house, same basement. So I'm going to kind of let Michael talk about the New Orleans part, just because that's a big deal in our business, really grew after that a lot as well. So like I said, I don't think I would have done anything different, honestly, during this period, just because we didn't know that much at this time. We were still learning so much, and we still are, but we were just really focused, and we were willing to put the work in and work really, really hard to continue to ride the wave of momentum that we had going for us. And because of that, I don't think I would have done anything different, because I think the work that we put in then is the result of, all the opportunities we have now and all the relationships I've been able to build now, and Michael's been able to build. So I don't think I would have done anything different during that time period. And it was a lot of fun. It was very exciting. Probably one of the coolest moments of my life, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think I would have changed much either. I mean, you kind of have to go through those things to experience that at first. I mean, obviously there were some mistakes we made, but we wouldn't have learned from those mistakes if we didn't go through them initially during that time frame. So when we got invited to New Orleans, and in last November, it was going to be, I think it was like the first week of December. We got invited, and we were like, dang, like we're already getting a lot of business because Jeff's talking his mouth off. And then we get invited to New Orleans, like, holy cow, this is a huge opportunity. We only had like 2 weeks, right? Like he literally invited us 2 weeks out from the event.
Yeah.
We were like getting all these new clients already. So we were just like overboard. I mean, we were like overloaded, just because it was at the time still me, JP, one other person, and then we had 2 virtual assistants, which was still probably not enough for all the work and all the stuff that was coming in and that was just happening on a day-to-day basis. And we got invited. We're like, yeah, we're coming no matter what. And so I remember that we were probably 2 weeks out. We were like, dude, we probably should start prepping for this. And long story short, we never got the chance to prep for it, just because we had so much stuff that was going on a day-to-day basis, Monday through Sunday, just operations and just doing things to get our clients results and also to get clients. And so we just went down to New Orleans. The first day we went down there, heard everyone speak, we networked, we talked to people about what we did, how we helped Jeff and other Anytime Fitnesses grow their training and membership base. And that was really it. The next day was the day we spoke. We were the last people that actually spoke. That night before, we actually started making the presentation, which was definitely not a good thing to do. So if you ever get invited to a conference, I would definitely recommend to prepare for it, just so you can really know what you're talking about and you're not anxious and you're not overwhelmed. But we made a mistake and we just did it the night before. We woke up in the morning and finished the presentation. We went to the conference, the same thing, networked and talked to other people that were helping out Anytime Fitness and also helping out we also talked to Anytime Fitness owners as well. And we spoke at the very last time frame of the conference. And during that speech that we gave, I thought it was pretty good for not putting too much effort into it. But we had so many owners stop us, asking questions, kind of criticizing us, so on and so forth. Long story short, after we get through the entire presentation, we talk about our service. We talk about how Facebook is very influential in making your business grow. We had probably, I would say, 10 to 15 people come up to us after and basically signed up, like 10 to 15 people just at the just at the conference. Then we went back home that night and drove 11 hours back home through the night, back to Louisville. And from December to January, probably from December to mid-January, we probably added on around 70 gyms. And they were all correlated from us speaking at that event in New Orleans. So that is how powerful that just one event was for us to go and network and speak at to acquire clients. I mean, it literally, when you say probably doubled or tripled our business in a matter of a month.
Yeah, it probably almost doubled it.
Yeah, it was insane because we were still getting a ton of clients before then, but it was like we probably got 30 clients in November, and then December we got 60. Then I would say January we probably got like, I don't know, we got a ton. Maybe not 60 in December, but we probably got 60 to 70 in January from that time period when we spoke to the middle of January. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
And so when we were getting all those clients, I mean, number one, you had to talk to all of them to get them to sign up. Then you have to talk to them to onboard them. Then you have to talk to them to fulfill them. And then we also have to worry about internally getting them results and, just getting them results. So as we grew, pains in our business grew as well, just because we needed more labor to fulfill the service. And we just had we had to hire a lot more virtual assistants that were in the Philippines to fulfill on the follow-up side, the texting side, to set appointments for our clients. And long story short, we hired 10 virtual assistants we hired actually 8 from the time of December to the middle of January, and trained them on how to actually text back these leads we're getting our clients. And again, long story short, it was an absolute nightmare. We basically provided a 24-hour service for our clients so that any lead that was generated at 2 a.m. at night, we would follow up with them with our virtual assistants and book that appointments come in. And it was a nightmare. There was a ton of problems that came with it, but it did make us different from the market, and that's why we did it. And honestly, looking back at it, I would probably not change what we did just because we wouldn't have learned in the future to what to avoid and what not to do from that experience. I wouldn't change anything as far as doing it, but I mean, looking back at it from now, I would definitely say, like, in the future, we would never do that again, just because we know there's other options on how to make our clients get good results. So that's really it. I mean, as far as just from that event to COVID, I mean, we could probably have another part on, like, because that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if I missed anything, just let me know. And I think that was probably it.
No, I think that was definitely.
And not only are we doing, like, so not only like we're getting a ton of virtual assistants, but like we have like 200 gyms at this point. So, JP's talking to all the clients. He's doing all the sales. He's running all the ads. Like, that is like doing the sales is a job. Client management's a job. Doing the ads is a job. I'm handling fucking 10 virtual assistants in the Philippines. We're both staying up to like 2 a.m. every night. Like, I'm trying to train these people on how to basically speak English. And then I'm also having to try to handle all the tech side, which is just like setting up accounts for our clients, making sure things are working properly, making sure things are going well, doing onboarding calls too. Like, it was just crazy. It was just wild, but it definitely taught us a ton, and we can talk about that later if we need to.
It was super exciting, and we learned a lot, but we could have done a lot of things different, but I don't think we should have done them different, because then we were able to really learn and understand why we needed to be doing things different, because we had experienced pain and problems, and we could really see what the root cause was of those problems and basically eliminate it.
Yep.
I don't think I would have changed it at all. And like I said, even though we were working a ton, like, I loved it. I loved it for a while there, and then I started to not love it after it was just getting kind of like, it was just kind of getting boring. And
it was just, Yeah, it was super overwhelming. Like it was to the point where I was just like holy fuck, like this is seriously 24/7.
Yeah.
Like I can't sleep because I'm thinking about
Yeah.
what if something happens, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was literally Monday through Sunday, 24/7. Like we had people on
Hmm.
from 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. every day.
Yeah. I would probably say the biggest thing is to just be careful with overwhelming yourself just because you need to, like, I was doing all of the ads for our clients. And when I mean doing the ads, I was setting up the ads, creating the ads, optimizing the ads, doing all of that for the ads. And then I was also doing the sales. So selling people that wanted to use our service. And then I was also talking with our clients about any problems they were having, if they wanted to change the offer, if they were having a bad show rate, if they felt like I wasn't getting enough leads, any problem they had, I was taking all of their questions. And they had direct access to my phone. And I basically would tell them, text me, call me whenever. So, like, that was the situation I was in, and it was just overwhelming. It was a lot. Because I would be making ads, I'd be getting phone calls from people, I'd have to send in agreements, send invoice. It was just so much. And at the same time, I'm trying to get testimonials with clients that we're having success with. It was just so much going on. So I would just be careful with overwhelming yourself with stuff like that, because you want to overwhelm yourself with clients. You want to get as many clients as you possibly can get, but you don't want to overwhelm yourself with different roles, because you're not going to be able to do that one role as good as you could. So
You just got to have a good system. You just have to have a good processes, and that's something you learn over time. Like you're not going to know that when you're starting because you want to do everything yourself. That's just the name of the game. Unless you're just really smart, you see
yeah.
a lot further ahead. But that's just what you got to. I mean, that's when you start a business. That's just really you just want to take control over everything. And
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people don't ever get out of, which is why they never grow where they want to. It's not why they never want to. That's why they never get where they want to get.
Yeah.
We definitely realized that after
No, that's
that
good.
part, which was absolutely crazy.
Yeah. There's just one thing you have to understand is that if you're going to have a big business, or not even a big business, but a bigger business than most, you have to have other people that help you out. You can't do everything. That's what a bigger business is. They have more people doing roles, and they're working together to run the business. So if you're
They
just
have
you can do everything, or you and your partner can do everything,
it's not going to happen. Yeah, exactly. And they even have like the people that they get are even better at that certain thing than the actual owner.
Mhm.
Like literally, I mean,
That might sound like common sense, but when you're in the business and you're doing it, you think you're the best at it because you're doing it. You think you understand it better than anyone else. And because you've been doing it the whole time, it's hard. It can be hard to give it up and be like, okay, yeah, someone else should do it. It was difficult for me. So it might sound like common sense, you need to have other people to do other things, and you want them to be better than you so that, they can be very good at it and you're not having to do it. But that's a lot easier said than done, especially when you're just starting out.
yeah. And it's your baby and you want to, it's just hard to delegate. I mean, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you just think you can do it better than anyone else, but it's a matter of finding the right people.
Yeah, so I think that was a good video to cover the part from basically August up until COVID, because we can definitely talk about COVID as just a part, because we made a lot of mistakes. I'd probably say during that, probably say we made a lot of mistakes, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it ended up working out, I'd say. But it was just such an unusual situation.
It was good and bad, There's always pros and cons.
Yeah, I'd say it was good and bad, but I'd say that's it for this video.
Yeah, 100%.